Hello students, welcome to online classes of geography of class 10. I am proceeding with chapter number 6, manufacturing industry, and for this chapter this is my 7th class. Now the topics that are listed for today's discussion are aluminium industry, chemical industry and fertilizer industry. So let us move to the first topic, that is aluminium industry. Now we already have studied about the features of aluminium. Once again, it's just a repetition of it when we discussed about the metal that is being extracted out from bauxite ore, and then what are the features of aluminium. In the previous chapter we have discussed about the features, but once again it's just a repetition of the same thing, that aluminium is lightweight, it is resistant to corrosion, lightweight, resistance to corrosion, it is a good conductor of heat, then it can be easily that is shaped up into a sheet, even it can be turned up into a wire. So malleability and ductility are the two other properties, and then when mixed up with other metal it becomes strong. That means it increases the tensile strength of that metal. So these are the features of aluminium. Now let us proceed to the next, the uses of aluminium. Now aluminium is basically used for manufacturing aircrafts. Secondly, the utensils and the wire, and as it is having a property of resistant to corrosion, so it is being substituted by some other metals like steel, copper and other minerals like zinc and lead. So these are the uses of aluminium. Now next, the location of aluminium smelting. Now here smelting means extraction of the metal from the, that is ore, with the process of heating, or with the help of the process of heating, that is smelting. So aluminium smelters are located. Now what are the basic locational factors for the aluminium smelters, smelting plants? Number one, nearness to the raw material. Now why it is so? Because the ore from which the aluminium is extracted, that is bauxite, which is a very bulky material, heavy material. Secondly, regular and quantitative supply. Now supply should be regular and a huge amount of power is also needed. So regular and quantitative supply. So it is also one of the important factor for the location of an industry. And lastly, the products which are produced should be distributed throughout the that is the zone of destination or the distribution areas without any delay, because it needs without any delay. It does not mean that anything will dried up or it will spoil, but where there is a demand, if the supply is faster, then obviously the importance of that product increases. So as a result, well developed cheap transportational network. Now why cheap? Because the products which are produced, that is they are having heavy weight, the metal is light, but the produce that are there, it is heavy, sometimes it is heavy, sometimes it is light. So it depends upon the products that are to be produced. Like wires, it is lightweight, but if the aluminium sheets are there, then it is heavyweight. So it depends upon the output. So it has to be transported to the area, so it needs well developed cheap transportational network. Now next, the processing of the manufacturing of aluminium. Now the manufacturing of aluminium, from which ore it is being manufactured, we all know, that is bauxite. So there is a ratio given that if we are getting 4 to 6 tons of bauxite ore, then with the process of, you can see this part, with the process of crushing, alumina is dissolved out. Okay, alumina is actually that is what we can say synthetically produced aluminium oxide, that is alumina. So it is being crushed out, that bauxite ore is crushed out, and then we are getting the alumina, which is actually the another name is aluminium oxide. And where this has been done, it has been done in the aluminium refinery. And from the zone of the mine to the refinery, the work is being connected, or the both are connected with the help of transport, and specifically rail or ship, because these are cheaper transport comparatively and carry huge quantum of the raw materials. Now next, what it is, after the work has been done, then within that aluminium smelter, another mineral is being used to get the aluminium from alumina. How to get the aluminium? So it is extracted out by the process of electrolysis. And here for aluminium smelter, cryolite is acting as a electrolyte. Now what is a electrolyte? Actually electrolyte is a substance. It is basically a substance that produces an what we can say electrically conducting solution. Now where there is a conductivity of electricity, and suppose in a solution, that is electrolyte. So here cryolite is acting as a separating material from that molten alumina, or from that dissolved alumina. The metal is being extracted out with the process of conducting electricity. Okay, with the process of that electrically conducting solution. That is, cryolite is a electrically conducting solution which separates the that is the dissolved alumina. From there we can extract out the aluminium. So this is basically done with the help of process of electrolysis, and when it has been done, at that time the electricity that is being consumed, you can see the value that is given over here, 18,600 kilowatt per ton of ore. That means for 1 ton of ore to extract out alumina, and then from there to extract out aluminium, a huge electricity is being consumed, 18,600 kilowatt. And we are having a ratio that if we are getting 4 to 6 ton of bauxite, with the help of the crushing we are getting 2 tons of alumina, and with the process of electrolysis we are getting 1 ton of aluminium. So for every ore, or for each ton of ore, 18,600 kilowatt power energy, that is the power resources is being consumed, or electricity is being consumed. So for 4 tons or 6 tons of bauxite, how much electricity will be consumed? Just think of the total consumption of electricity. So that is why the prime factor for the location of an industry is regular and quantitative supply of power. So hopefully you understood that why it is so very important. Now next we will move to the aluminium smelting plants of India. Now Odisha is the leading part, where about 45% of India's bauxite is there, and hence the large aluminium smelting plants are located in Odisha. And one more reason is not only that is the raw material is easily available, and secondly the Hirakud dam that is constructed on river Mahanadi. It provides cheap hydroelectricity power, that is continuous also, regular also, and a quantitative supply also for extracting out aluminium. So as a result, the important aluminium smelting plant of Odisha is situated nearby that Hirakud Dam. Now, other states where the aluminium smelting plants are located are West Bengal, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Now, what are the names of the aluminium? What are the names of the aluminium plants? Now, there are some important aluminium smelting plants of our country. Number one is Indal, I-N-D-A-L, Indal. What is the full form of it? I am just using my whiteboard to write the full form of all these. Now, the first one is Indal. The first one is Indal, and where it is situated? This is situated in Jharkhand. It's situated in Jharkhand. And what is the full form of this? It is Indian Aluminium. This is Indian Aluminium. Indian Aluminium. Indian Aluminium. Now next it is Hindalco. Next aluminium plant is Hindalco, which is situated in Mumbai, and the full form of this is Hindustan Aluminium. Hindustan Aluminium. I am just writing the abbreviation for the aluminium. Hindustan Aluminium Corporation. That is Hindalco. Corporation. Next it is, the third one is Malco. Malco is the third plant and it is situated in Chennai. It is situated in Chennai, and the full form of the company is Madras Aluminium. Madras Aluminium Corporation. Next is Nalco. Very that is rhyming terms like name. It is there in Odisha. It is situated in Odisha. Very important one. And the picture of the Nalco aluminium smelting plant is there in the NCERT also. Now the full form is National Aluminium Corporation. Sorry, National Aluminium Company. Next, lastly, Balco. Balco, which is there situated in Chhattisgarh. And full form is Bharat Aluminium Company. So these are the aluminium smelting plants of our country. So the aluminium industry is over. Now let us move to the next one, chemical industry. Now what are the characteristics of chemical industry? Now chemical industry, number one characteristics, fast growing industry, because we are having using that is what we can say, you have seen the variety of soap, detergent, paints, fertilizers and many more such things which is having a connectivity with the chemical is increasing day by day. We are having so many companies of the soap only. It is having a category of the soap, category of the detergents. So such a wide variety of these that is soap and detergent, the paints and fertilizers, as well as there are many more that is the products which are using chemicals. So that is why it is fast growing industry. Diversified in use and production. Now diversified in use means the products which are produced from the chemical industry, it is widely used not only in our country, even throughout the world. The use of the chemical industry products are quite wide, okay, and production is also diversified. As I said, there are huge variety of one product only, like just taking an example of washing detergents. There are so many varieties, so the production is also diversified as well as the use is also diversified. Number 3 comprises both large scale and small scale. Now you have seen there are very renowned companies which are there from the very old time, like Lux. I am just using the word Lux is a soap. It is being used from so many days, means it's having a part of it in what we can say, like it has developed like a developed resource category of it, means its utilization is from many years ago. So such type of industry whose development is for a longer period of time, or if we can say, like I just gave one example, like synthetic fibers, plastics, these are having a large scale industry. And very small things like some sort of medicines or some soap or some detergents, they are there in the small scale industry. So depending upon the product, the categories are there, large scale and small scale. And lastly, it is the largest consumer of its own product. Okay, it is the largest consumer of its own product. Now very common example, chemical industry is only producing caustic soda. They are only producing the caustic soda, and chemical industry is only producing the soap. So caustic soda is a finished product of a chemical industry, acts as a raw material to that same chemical industry, those who are producing soap. So that is why it is said that it is the largest consumer of its own product. Now next we are having categories of chemical industry. Now as you have studied that there are two kinds of chemical, one is organic and another one is inorganic. The one which is organic is basically related to coal, petroleum and natural gas, and the another one which is inorganic does not have any connectivity with the organic decomposed part. So there are two types of chemical industry. Number 1, organic. Now as organic industry is having a connectivity with the coal, petroleum and the natural gas, so what will be the localization? It should be localized nearby the areas of these raw materials, okay. And basically these raw materials are used to produce what? Many drugs are there, many pharmaceuticals, means medicines are there, plastics, synthetic fibers, synthetic rubbers, dye stuff, all these are the products. And near the petrochemical industry, the organic chemical industry should be localized. Why? Because the raw material they need is in a liquid state. So when it is in a liquid state, though through the pipeline it can be established to the far off distances, but it will increase the cost of production. So the ideal site for the location of the organic industry which needs petroleum as a raw material, it should be localized nearby the petroleum refinery. So it will be much benefited to reduce the cost of production. So this is about the facts of the organic chemical industry. Now next comes inorganic chemical industry. Now organic chemical industries are localized where there is a raw material availability, concentration of the organic that is chemical industries are there only. But for the inorganic, it is widely spread out. Why? Because these raw materials which are used in inorganic chemical industry, they are not localized, they are widely spread. Now we don't know where we will get the raw material for caustic soda or where we will get the raw material for the hydrochloric acid or for the nitric acid. All these are the chemicals. So what is it? These are basically produced within the labs only, within the labs, that is the what we can say inorganic labs. So those are considered as the industry. From there only the industries are producing their products. So that is why it is widely spread out. They are not concentrated, means the raw materials are not localized, that if we dig out this part of the soil we will get caustic soda, if we dig out this part of the soil we will get hydrochloric acid. No, it is not the way that we are going to get such type of chemicals. It is being produced within the labs. Now that is, the raw materials are lightweight, thus can be easily transported from one place to another in a huge quantity at a cheaper cost. So inorganic raw materials are obviously lighter in weight. Where it is being produced, it can be circulated throughout the country, and anywhere the inorganic chemical industry can be established if there is a support of capital, if there is a support of the the technology. Now next, the example that is given, sulfuric acid is used to make synthetic fibers, plastic, caustic soda is used to make soap. Now the third type of industry is fertilizer industry. It is also a part of chemical industry, means though they need the raw material from the chemical industry, but normally it is centered around where there is nitrogenous fertilizer, where there is phosphatic fertilizer and ammonium phosphate. Okay, nitrogenous means specifically urea. Now nitrogen, phosphate and potash, these are the three main components or the constituent to produce some complex fertilizer. Now our country is comparatively having a economical reserves of nitrogen and phosphate, but the economical or commercial reserve for potash is not there in our country. So we have to import this raw material or this mineral, that is potash, because the reserves are lacking in our country. So industry should be localized where there is availability of nitrogen and phosphate, as we have to import potash from the far off distances. Now reserves of commercially usable potash or the potassium compounds are very rare in India, already been discussed. Now next, it is diversification of fertilizer industry. Now the fertilizer industries are diversified throughout the country. Why? Because this also based upon the organic chemicals like coal, petroleum and natural gas. They depends upon these organic minerals. So the industry should be localized nearby the raw material. Secondly, the green revolution strategy has expanded the vast use, that is expanded its usability and where there is lots of agricultural work practice, or they are rich in agricultural practice, the demand for the fertilizer industry products are more. So fertilizer industry can be localized where there is having a what we can say agricultural development. Next, fertilizer can be transported through all the modes of transportation, even through pipelines. Even through pipelines, in a liquid manner also it can be transported. So what does this indicate? That the connectivity with the fertilizer industry to the market should be very fast, because they basically depends upon transportational network. Here the transportational network means here the products are not so very heavy, so a huge quantity of the finished products can be transported to far off distances at a lower cost. Now, who all are the significant producer of the fertilizer industry? Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Kerala. All these 5 states, they together constitute 50% of the production of fertilizer, and the rest of the states of our country are producing rest or 50% of the fertilizer. Some of them are Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and so on, etc. So this is related to the distribution of the fertilizer industry. I have completed all the 3 types of the industry that was listed out for today's discussion. If you are having any doubts, without any hesitation, just mention it in the comment section. And thank you for following my class. Have a nice day.